My name's Will, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I went about making a GoPro handlebar mount for my mountain bike. This is not my mountain bike. Wish it was. Pretty sick looking one. But no. This is my mountain bike here, and this here is the handlebar that I'd like to put the mount on. And I actually had a GoPro mount for the handlebar, but I broke it somehow, and I can't exactly remember how. Definitely didn't involve a crash though. No, definitely not. But anyways, started fleshing out my ideas on pen and paper, and once I had a design I liked, switched it into SolidWorks. Once I was happy with my design, I sent the STL over to the helpful staff at Bray, and they started printing it out for me. Once it was printed out, I went and picked it up from Bray, and then decided to test fit it on my bike. In terms of fit, I couldn't be happier. The GoPro mount fit nice and snug on the handlebars, without any sliding or slipping at all. There was, however, one problem. When I was putting it on, it was quite a hassle, because I had to use a screwdriver and a wrench at the same time in order to do this. This is because the nuts in the design are free-floating, so I had to hold the nuts with the wrench while I was driving the screws with the screwdriver, which is quite a pain and not something I want to do on the trail. So I went back to the drawing board and tried to incorporate the nuts into the design. I ended up with a model that had recesses in the plastic for the nuts. As you can see, there's recesses in the plastic that the nuts can fit into, so that the plastic body itself will hold the nuts while I'm screwing it in. I had Bray Lab printed out again for me, and once it was ready, I headed on over to pick it up. This model I was pretty happy with. It still fit nice and snug on the handlebars, and I was able to install it with just a screwdriver. There was one problem, however. I made the recesses for the nuts a little bit too large, and the nuts are not able to stay in by themselves. This means when I was installing it, I had to hold them in. So I decided to go back to the drawing board again, and this time, instead of putting recesses for the nuts on the bottom, I put them on the side so I could just slide the nuts into the side. This worked out great. There was one problem, however. The nut that holds the GoPro to the mount didn't fit into its slot in this model. But rather than redesign again and have to print out a whole nother model, I decided to use the top half from the second model, where the nut fit just fine, and use the bottom half from the newest model, which had the slide slots for the nuts that worked perfect. And I just combined those two and made a kind of a hybrid version that ended up working just fine. So now, with these two halves, I have a perfectly good GoPro mount that I can use on my mountain bike. So I decided to hit the trails to get some footage of the camera in use, and the mount worked great. Held the camera just fine. Maybe next time though I can design a little gimbal to take away a little of the shakiness. Yeah, I think that'll be the next project. Anyways, thank you for watching.